Okay, to start this off, Zoro and Luffy are similar in a lot of ways. They both like a good fight. They'd both rather fight something out than to talk out. I would say this is brain over brawn, but I don't want to make them sound dumb or anything. I'd just say they're very simple people. Also, they both want to be the greatest at something and enjoy freedom. The list goes on, but that's not why I'm here today. I think that what makes them such a good vice captain and captain duo is how different they are. Luffy is a very carefree, easygoing person, and compared to some of his other crewmates, namely Nami, Robin, Jinbei, and of course Zoro, he can be slightly immature at times. Although Zoro can often come off to be just as carefree as Luffy at times, he is also very stoic, serious, and most importantly, he's very realistic. Unlike most of the other Straw Hats, Zoro actually takes their adventures, their goals, and the dangers they face very seriously. I mean, the other Straw Hats do as well, but it's often used for comedic relief, whereas Zoro is only used seriously. Zoro thinks about the situations that the Straw Hats are in and tries to act in a way that will secure the best and safest outcome for their goals and to make it to their final destination. I know Nami and Jinbei also act in this way, but Nami isn't very assertive about it, and Jinbei hasn't had enough time with the crew as a whole. Now, you might disagree with me on Zoro taking things seriously and doing things as cleanly as possible with what recently happened in Wano. But especially with these new episodes in the anime that expand on what happened to Zoro to end up in the seppuku situation, it's as clear as day that he couldn't have changed the outcome of it because of him being framed by the magistrate. Zoro is exactly what Luffy needs to keep him in check. Okay, I don't know why, but every time I said Luffy right there, I thought Doofy and I couldn't stop laughing. But let's continue. Zoro is exactly what Luffy needs to keep him in check. He isn't afraid to stand up to Luffy when he isn't making a smart choice and forces Luffy into the captain position. I think if Luffy had any other right hand that didn't keep him in check like Zoro does every so often, then who knows how much worse some situations could have gone and how little respect he would get from his crewmates as a captain. Now, outside of Zoro helping to keep Luffy in check and just overall being the backbone to his captain position, he also just really understands Luffy and his ambitions. Becoming the Pirate King and the world's greatest swordsman are no easy feats, and both Zoro and Luffy know this, but they don't care. They don't care how hard or how far they have to go to achieve these grand ambitions as long as they know they're giving it their all. It doesn't even matter if they die doing it. Having such similar goals makes it so they are able to understand each other's decision making and how they go about certain situations. For a lot of the story, probably up until Enies Lobby, Zoro and Luffy were pretty close in power, or at least that's how I saw it. And in the Whiskey Peak arc, we see what seems to be a spark of rivalry building. When they fight, Zoro says something along the lines of, "Now I can see which is actually stronger, a sword or fist." As you all know, if you've watched or read anything past that, this didn't go anywhere. Their rivalry, or what it seemed to be building a rivalry, completely died out. Since this didn't go anywhere, we don't really get to see any competitiveness between the two, but if it did, I think it'd add something new and cool to their relationship. I feel like post-time skip Zoro and Luffy interactions, or at least the substantial ones, have all been Zoro trying to get Luffy to take the New World more seriously. I don't know why they're putting emphasis on this, but it would be cool if this started a conflict within the crew and maybe Zoro having some second thoughts on continuing journeying with the Straw Hats. I don't think he'll leave the crew like some people do, but maybe just a little bit of conflict, maybe an argument with Sanji and Zoro and Luffy. I think a conflict between them would be good for them, character development wise, and strengthen their bonds more than they already are. That's basically all I have to say for now, and I don't want this video to take away from the other Straw Hats relationship with Luffy. I just like their relationship, and Zoro just happens to be my favorite character. In the future, I do think I want to do this type of video with Luffy and Nami and Luffy and Usopp, but that'll probably be it. I don't want to do any of the other Straw Hats because I don't think their relationship with Luffy is as dynamic as Usopp, Zoro, and Nami's. Oh yeah, and before I forget, do you guys think I should have music playing behind my voice or leave it just my voice? With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.